Nobody warns you that climbing is the easy part. When you're fighting your way up, the loneliness makes sense. You're hungry, you're focused, you're building something. And there's this story you tell yourself, it'll be different when I get there. But then you arrive, you look around, the room is beautiful, and it is empty. And now the loneliness doesn't make sense anymore, which is exactly what makes it impossible to say out loud, because the loneliness that comes after getting everything you wanted, that one has no name, and it gets no sympathy. The reason it's so hard to talk about is that it isn't personal. It's structural. It's just math. The higher you go, the fewer people are around you, not because you push them away, because the pool of people who actually understand your specific Tuesday shrinks. With every promotion, every milestone, every goal you finally cross off. At 25, you had dozens of people in the same mess. Same uncertainty, same broke Friday nights, same group chat blowing up at midnight over nothing. By 35, if things went well, that number might be 3. By 45, it might be 1. A 2021 report from the Survey Center on American Life found that the number of Americans who say they have no close friends has quadrupled since 1990, and the decline is steepest among high-earning professionals. A Harvard Business Review survey found that half of CEOs report experiencing loneliness in their role, and 61% said they believed it was hurting their performance. You didn't notice the thinning while it happened. Every step up felt like progress, and it was progress. It just came with a cost nobody put on the invoice, but the math is only half of it. The other half is quieter. It happens inside the relationships you still have. When you become the person who handles things, the one who's calm in a crisis, who picks up the check, who always has some kind of plan, people stop asking how you are. Not out of cruelty, out of trust. They believe the version of you that you've been performing so well. And honestly, you can't blame them. You built that version on purpose. You needed it to get here. But somewhere along the way, the mask kind of fused to the face. Research by Dr. Thomas Joyner at Florida State University on what he calls thwarted belonging shows that people perceived as high-functioning are significantly less likely to receive unsolicited emotional support. The social safety net literally loosens around the people who appear not to need it. The most isolating sentence in the English language might just be this one. Oh, you're fine. You're always fine. And then there are the people who used to see through it. The ones who knew you before the mask. The ones who couldn't come with you. Some friendships don't end with a fight. They end with a silence that stretches a little longer each time. You cancel dinner because you're in another city. They stop inviting you because they figure you're busy. You want to talk about what you're going through, but it sounds like bragging. They want to share what they're going through, but to them it sounds like complaining. So you both perform everything's fine until the friendship becomes something you maintain out of loyalty instead of honesty. Nobody betrayed anyone. The road just forked, and that kind of grief, it doesn't come with a funeral, which means most people carry it without ever setting it down. So what do you do with a loneliness that has no name, no sympathy, and no obvious door out? You don't start by finding new people. You start by finding the language, because unnamed loneliness metastasizes. It turns into workaholism, or numbness, or a third drink, or this vague restlessness you keep mistaking for needing a bigger goal. The way forward isn't some grand gesture. It's one conversation where someone asks, "How are you?" and you answer with something true. One friendship where you stop performing, not vulnerability as a strategy. Honesty as a practice, and it starts with admitting something very simple. This loneliness is real. Naming it isn't self-pity. It doesn't erase anyone else's pain. It's just what it is. Success rarely makes you lonelier. It just makes your loneliness harder to name. And sometimes, honestly, Just hearing that is enough to feel the faintest shift. Not sunrise, not resolution, just the quiet exhale of something finally being said out loud.